Alrighty, what's going on, guys? Just gonna give a little world tour of I think it's 7 years old. But so first spawned in like this area, and believe it or not, but spawned into a dark oak forest, and everything's pretty much this way. So as you can see, we spawned there. I'm gonna take you straight to the first house. All this used to be a dark oak forest. We literally chopped it all out. Here it is. This is the first house I built on this world. Just a little starter base. There's nothing in it now. It's just nether wart. Then we move on to my second house I built in this world, which would be this one. I emptied it all out because I moved out, obviously. There's a little barn there. This is my buddy's house, another buddy's house here. And if we go in here, it's like down here. This is where we fight all the withers down there. And if we go back up, here would be like a little library slash like disc shop. So we don't have all the discs, but majority of them. And I built these this area is probably built about 6 years ago. Here's a zombie villager that died that we were trying to get. So I built a little memorial statue. Here was a barn I built for llamas with the wandering trader, but they despawn. Here's a house that another buddy had lived in at the time. All these are cleared out. Then we built this little farm here. Don't use it anymore. As you can see, there's a bunch of cobblestone going around. Used to have railways going to everything, but now that I have the elytra, I don't use these as much. There's one going to the quarries. And then there's another little section over here that goes to a village. Oh, actually I tore this one down, but it used to come off here and go that way to that village. And this one goes to a skeleton spawner past the village. As you can tell, this was very early game transportation that we used. It was somewhat cheap, but yeah, here's this one that goes to the quarries. It would just be a little, quarry mines. And this world was created before like Deep Slate was ever in, so that was Bedrock, but it's Deep Slate now. I don't think all these go all the way down. Yeah, this one doesn't go down that far. I thought there was a third one, yeah. But I don't know, it was just, I saw a YouTuber do it, so I kind of was like, oh, I'm gonna do that. And there's one more railway up here that goes to a TNT mine. That's back over here, which it's not that far, so I don't even know why I built railways to this, but before any of this was even here, I would just come here, and anytime I had TNT, I would just set it off and let it go down. But we'll kind of head back towards spawn and show you these buildings first. So this is a huge aquarium that's not a finished project, but got some fish tanks started in here. This one was going to be puffer fish, that's why I put the skull in here. There were fish in here, but it looks like they despawn. But yeah, so then back here is like employees only. It's just like coral blocks and stuff in here. So this is still a project in the making. Go over here, here's the castle. That's another project in the making. Then we'll head. I play Clash Royale a lot now, but this is an old build. I just built a little Clash Royale arena in here. It's nothing fancy. I could definitely come back and make it look better than what it does, but that's a project for another time. So this all used to be huge mountain that we tore out, kind of just flattened it. It probably was, you know, just as tall as this building right here. I'll go in there. I'll run through this little building quick. This would be an automatic farm, which I don't know what happened to these two villagers, but these two still stay here, so this is good for carrots yet. And if I come around here to this building, as you can see, this is my gold / XP farm. I built this last year right around Christmas. All you gotta do is turn this on, and then there's a portal up here. This is gold I've collected from it. But then you go down here. Once that portal is flickering, all the piglins drop down into here. There's a trident killer in here. It goes down here and do an auto sorter for golden nuggets, gold ingots, and rotten flesh. And then the swords get, once I turn this on, get dispensed. So this was a village here. And we kind of tore down all the village buildings and made our own little village. As you can see, in 2019 we made this. Turned 2 villagers back. First raid, 1 villager remained, and then repopulated. Go back in here. You know, we got a bunch of villagers. There's mending, unbreaking. Pretty much any trade you could get is inside this little village. Go back out this way. Here's an old creeper farm that doesn't really work, I don't think, anymore. I didn't build it right. But down here is like a semi-automatic potato and carrot farm. You know, once they're all grown, you can flip that lever down here, this one here, and water will go out dispensers, pushing all these crops down into here, into this hopper, into that chest. Here is a little just greenhouse pumpkin farm. Go back this way. Here's the TNT mine. I have a little garage right here. So my attempt at building cars, which they don't look good at all, I don't think. But yeah, it's like a F-150 and then a Jeep and just like another lowrider. Here I used to have like a meat shop. It's since abandoned, but it used to be like, I used to run this store and all this. People would come and buy just meat, and then I'd give them, you know, every 10 pieces bought, 5 free wool and all that. Currency was lapis lazuli. Here's some more railways. This one goes to the end portal, which is not finished. This one goes to a mesa biome about 2,000 blocks that way. This is, I didn't build this one. This would be my buddy built this, but it was supposed to be like a armor stand. And this would be my buddy's house, which he has since moved out of. But there's not much interior because he moved out, but it just keeps going up and up. I'll show you that later. But here was this would be my third house, all made out of quartz blocks. I wanted to put like a little lazy river in my house. The only time I come in here now is to make banners. It's like my little banner shop now. But go down here. This used to be my little basement. I would have my armor set up in here so I could just step on this and armor would go on. Then I had like a little mining area right here, but I made a little secret vault, which is now been moved, but it used to be like diamond blocks, gold blocks, emerald blocks, iron blocks, all in here, kind of hidden away. But eventually everyone kind of found it, and this used to be where my portal was. 2018. Yeah, this is just my upstairs of the old house. It was nothing too crazy. Go back this way. Here's a little automated cactus farm. Set this up so we can get green dye. So this is all green terracotta, so my buddy could build his house. We come up this way, just a little landscaping here. Then we have the first automatic sheep farm. We got all 16 colors here. And go up this way. I wish I put the date on this because I thought this was so big at the time I built this. But literally every floor is the exact same. You know, just a bed, crafting table, cauldron, and a little shelf. And that goes up, I don't know, 10 stories or so. Then we can come down here. Here's like a little market shop. Here's the barn I built. Got some mules and horses and skeleton horses in here. I will get to there later. And we go across this way. This would be a little church that we built. That I built, actually. I don't have a date on this one, but this is very old. No, it's just in here. You got the pews, the altar, and a little steeple. And we come back out here. Got a little graveyard for every time we, you know, die or one of our pets dies. Just a few graves, you know. I typically die more than Levice does. Yeah, this is my most recent death. I actually died building these hot air balloons. But so we go back out past the church and down this bridge over here. Here's a little fishing shack that's been here for a long time. Go up here, the little walkway. This is another house I built. I never actually moved in here, but it's obviously you can see it's empty. There used to be a beacon here. Here's a little trophy room I had built. You know, just kind of some of the rare stuff, or just end busting pretty much mob heads. Go through here, there's a little enchanting area and a basketball court, indoor basketball court. Go back out this. Here's just like a little green area in the middle of the house. Go up here. This would be like where the commentators would sit for the baseball game, but the little baseball field with dugouts and then one grandstand, you could say. I built a little stone ball. I actually had started watching PewDiePie and he had that big meatball, so that's where I got the inspiration for that. I got a giant nether creeper right here. Actually, this is a very recent build. I can show a close-up of that later. So let's go past. Now we're getting to my now main house where I've been living probably the last 3-ish years, I would say. But the main entrance is over here. So again, this barn is a pass-through if I'm coming through this way. This is a wool house dedicated to Woolly. Come in here, go left, got a little kitchen, fridge with some food, oven, dishwasher, whatever. There's a little storage room, like just, there's a wood chest, redstone, mob drops, saddles and armor. And this is just like decorative stuff like dyes, flowers, fences, slab stairs, all that sort of stuff. Anything I can use to, you know, decorate. Then I got shulkers like gravel, deep slate, more decorative stuff. And then like farming stuff here. Here's glass / dye chest. We go through here. It's like a little living room. Some more mob heads. Then here's a map of kind of everything. So there's the original homestead, the village, the church is here, baseball field, my house, buddy's house, my second house. We go through here is my bedroom. Yeah, here's like a big map of everything. Yeah, nothing too crazy. So this axe on the wall is actually kind of got a cool story. There was like a vindicator or whatever they're called that was stuck like in a trapdoor right here. And eventually one day it just despawned and dropped this axe. So, I mean, we kind of put a little memorial to remember him there. Then we go in here. You can throw anything in this chest, and it's gonna, you know, filter through to clear your inventory. Here's like a little smelting room. You know, all coal blocks, coal. Even got blaze rods, coal blocks in here. Got some iron and gold in there right now. But yeah, if you're wondering where all that clear inventory goes, it goes right down here. A lot of people use this, so it kind of gets full. Put a bunch of blocks and, you know, just stuff people go back up here. Here's the newest addition of my house. Is just like a little office space. It's where I keep all my enchantment books. Just a nice little office area. We'll go down here. Here is a basement I added on. You know, like a little project wall, stuff to figure out. Let me go down here. There's a bunker that is not finished, but there's another way to get down there, which I'll show right now. Go this way. And so I built this September 15th of this year. Drop down here. Just a little hub area of the bunker. These are kind of all blocks I've been using to build this. And this will be like a storage hall. So you just throw it in there, it drops down, and then goes down to these chests. But here's one of my favorite builds in here. This is all kind of the armor before copper armor was added. It's just like so this is black concrete, but it makes it look like a void. I got full netherite set there and the dragon egg sitting there across. So then we go back up. This brings me right to where I was showing before, to the project wall room. Now if we go up these stairs, here's a little bathroom, you know, toilet, tub, shower. If we go past this, here's a little rooftop bar that was built January 18th, 2023. And then if we go back down to the smelting room, we go this way, up this ladder. Here's my enchantment room / portal room. Then here's like a book of coordinates of stuff I have on here. Then if we go back this way, here's just like a little storage room. And then up this stairs, just another little smelting area. This is like when pillagers were just out of the game. Me and my buddy went about 4,000 blocks to find our first, pillager outpost right here. And we built like a little tent to farm them so we get bad omen. This is really far that direction, which I'm pretty sure is north. But I think, just over here. Here's another Woodland Mansion map. Here's a trial chamber map. This is like a storage container, which I've been kind of clearing out. There used to be chests at the back. Just a little floral area. A little carrot and potato farm here. Here is another barn that I was building with more skeleton horses in here. And I built this, what is that? January 5th, 2025 this year. It's just a little shooting gallery. You know, you hit the target blocks, it lights up, goes out to 80 blocks. If we go back this way, here's a giant cactus farm I built and covered it up with a, big cactus. Built this in 2022. It was to smelt cactus, so this used to be a furnace, but then we needed more bone meal, so I switched it. So now the cactus fall down and convert to bone meal. Here's another little greenhouse I made in 2020. That's just a basic little farm. Then if we go back to the front of the house, I built a little chicken coop here in 2020 as well. Then I built this one in 2022. and made it automated so it would collect eggs. Then here was when bees came out. I built this little bee place, which it doesn't. I made a new one, an automated one, so I kind of just vacated this. If we go this way, here's another project in the works, but it's a brewing station area. There's got potions in here, you know, potion ingredients. Here's a not little just sugarcane farm, a basic one. Oh, yeah, these hot air balloons I just started building. Like, I really like them, and they're super easy to build. So it's just like composters as the basket, and then some fence and campfires going up. I think they add a lot of, you know, like ambiance to the world, or just a nice detail. Here's the creeper up close, another creeper. A giant wheat field over here. I think that's pretty much everything in the main spawn area that I can think of. If we go out this way now, here's a little sandcastle I built, and another buddy's house that he started, never finished on. And there's some big pumpkin patch here, some fields. And if we go right to this cobblestone here, found a zombie spawner. You drop down here. You know, you got all your mobs, zombies drop down to this chute, and you can just sit here and hit them. This diamond helmet actually came from a zombie in here, which I've never found before, so I just kept that. But yeah, this is all like armor and stuff. Then we can go straight back up. And up here we have a creeper farm. I built another little cactus farm because I figured if I AFK'd here, I could just have cactuses working at the same time while I was waiting for creeper for gunpowder. At the time, I didn't know it. I just found this out the other day. Actually, I haven't looked in this thing for a couple of years. But I guess squids can spawn in this water up here. And so it's kind of a little side squid farm too that I didn't even plan to build. It just happened to work out. I started building a lumber yard. So like trucks will come back up here. This is another project in the works. Yeah, here's like, it strips the logs down, sends them through this belt, cuts them up into slabs, and then they get loaded up and the truck picks them up here. Say, addition, the city. So yeah, here's like a hospital building. Got a little beach area, volleyball court over there. I put a little sheep farm in here because I needed black wool for the windows that the floors I wasn't building in. But yeah, it's just a nice little interior. Here's the map of the city. Yeah, front office. Yeah, I built this October 3rd. And that's just a water bubble elevator that brings you to the floors that there are. If I put a floor on every single floor, there'd be 18 floors. And here's just like a little drop chute, so you can get down if you're on any floor. And we go right across is the smelt/mine area. So this is just a huge super smelter. Then down here is the mine. So I built this on the October 9th. Come over here, we'll go to this is like an end museum. So it's kind of like a replica of the end island, a small version. They got a ship, dragon head. Built this on October 10th. We go through here is an apartment building. Built this September 19th. Then there's 8 floors on this. Here's like a stay log of the days we stayed in which room. Then there's donations, whatever. But yeah, all the rooms are the same. Go straight across. Here's a little McDonald's. Built this September 22nd. Here's a kitchen. Then there's a little secret railway system underground that goes back to the homestead, which takes 53 seconds to get all the way back. Here's a little mud factory right here. So you come down here. I built this October 12th. So all you do is place dirt here, pushes this, you put water bottles in here, and it turns it to mud, and then you can just mine this all out. We go straight across. This is like a... So with our elytras, there's like wind charges. This is all empty right now, but you step in there, and then it goes off and shoots them out, and then you launch up. But right now it's all out of wind charges. Go to this building. A buddy built this one. There's nothing in it yet. Come to this building. Okay, you have a few farms in here. This is the first ever iron farm I built. I built this October 15th, but it does pretty good. I've already emptied this chest out twice for iron. And then if we go upstairs, it's just a little sugarcane farm up here, and then a little pumpkin farm. And here an iron golem dying right now. So there's villagers underneath here, and everything else is kind of spawn proof, so they can only spawn in here. Then this was all a mountain, as you can see, or a hill, all the way out to here. Then we cleared out, flattened out. But here is the automatic bee farm that I was talking about. Go in here, and it just produces honey bottles and honeycomb. Built this October 16th. Here's just a little copper small factory. Built this September 29th. So the idea is the truck drops on this garage door, drops copper off, goes down this belt, turns it into slabs, and then presses it down, turns it into ingots, and then this builds it into blocks, and they pop out here. So we go down, there's a little market, go down these stairs. Here's a little scoot farm. So turtles, you breed them, they lay their eggs, and the babies fall down through there. And then they come, drop into here, as you can see. And once they grow up, they drop the scoot. I built this October 17th. Then here's like just a little sanctuary pond. Right here. We go in this building. Is a automatic bamboo farm, which I've emptied this out before, it produces pretty good for as small as it is. I thought I had a sign in here when I built this, but right here. Yeah, I built this October 17th. Here's my attempt at terraforming. We go across here. There's a little fishing shack. You can buy boats or fishing rods in here. Built this September 26th. Then I had cleared all this out to make a sandy bottom. Here's a little like sandcastle, a buoy. Here's the volleyball court. And then I want to show you the back of the... I almost didn't show you this building. But the End Museum, put like a Eye of the Ender on the back of it. And again, this is all terraformed here. This was all a mountain. So then we go, here's another automatic sheep farm. This one was built October 18th. There's 2 of every sheep in here. I haven't been in the area in a while, so there's not a lot of wool. But it's all color coordinated, kind of. I think that does it for the cabin. So I originally built this before I had started building any of this. So this was kind of my little getaway to go fishing, get away from the homestead. So I built this in 2020, June 26th to be exact. Yeah, it's just a little fishing shack. I just love flying back in from the city into here at night. And built this little landing platform. If we go to the Nether hub I built in 2023. If we go out this way, here's a bartering farm. Go down in here. So you put gold in this, which is empty. Then you flick this lever and it spits out gold and moves this back really quick. So then he spits out a bunch of trades. Then these copper golems collect anything that's in these chests. It'll sort it through these chests. It's a good way to get, you know, any of these items. I think he does a total of, how many trades is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. 18 trades it looks like. Good way to get dried gas, fire chargers, fire potions, iron nuggets, string, even leather. So this is a nice little addition I've been working on lately. It is spawn proofing all around the Nether fortress so I can get more wither skulls. And this goes on for blocks that way and goes really far that way too. So pretty much everything is spawn proofed around here. So you get better spawn rates for withers. I have a little blaze farm in here. I just emptied it out right before this. Built this September 25th. But if we go back up here, it's pretty simple design. Got it off YouTube. You just clear this out. And then everything, the blazes drop into the lava and then fall down in that hole. And you just sit down there and kill them with your looting sword. Here's the original mine of the world. This is where the railway goes to the city. But down here's the mine. And this is originally before I built my house, was the mine entrance. And as you can see, I had died and I was really mad because I lost all my stuff in 2019. So then this was blocked off for a long time until eventually I built my house here and then made the entrance there. But if you go down this way, this goes down to villager, my old house down here. Then I send them up these rails to go into their designated buildings. So this building is clerks for trading flesh. Built this in January. And this is for fishermen. It's a little barrel. You can trade with fishermen. And this more of a, I would say, modern styled house is for librarians. Built this in January as well. And there's just a little sugarcane farm underneath. But I'm never really in this area, so it doesn't produce a lot. Then if we go right across the mountain, I built this little sheep head. Here's the entrance. Go down here, up these stairs, which is a little bamboo farm. So then you can just chop this, then send this hopper minecart to collect it all. Let's see, I built this December 30th last year. And here's another wort farm. You flip this on, water comes out, shoots all the way down here, and gets collected into this chest. And there's one other little area I want to show you. So as it's loading in, here's a ocean monument I've been working on probably for on and off for 3 years, starting to drain this ocean monument. But yeah, this is like a project I want to get done, but it's very annoying to work on. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for the world tour. I really like flying from here to the city at night, because everything like just loading in looks sweet. But everything is done in survival. There's no creative. I can still get achievements and all that in this world. So let me know if you would want me to stream this more or create a YouTube series out of it. But thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Oops, I was stuck in the wrong camera.